We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. McCarthy off the play fake. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Horton. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Ball tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Hey, south. Hey.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
They'll roll him out right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
To the air with McCarthy. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
To the air again, McCarthy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing is McCarthy. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward, incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Smith and Jigba in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now McCarthy. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup of 38.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Texans at 13-2 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind in the best way.
Second and 11.
Look the hot, look the hot. 11. All right. Hey, uno. Hey, south. Check.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second and 10.
All right. Buggy. Good.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Stroud to throw it. All right, rifles one. That's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's McCarthy. And a quick throw here that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Third down from the gun, McCarthy. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Horton. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. On play action, now McCarthy. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 60 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Stroud. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Stroud. Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. And Stroud now to throw. They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their last two drives both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Up the middle they go. It's Horton. He's still barreling through. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
That was their third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. Throw left side complete. That's Horton. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Hey, Uno Mars. Why Tony?
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 33 yards that time.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. So from the 37, here's second down and 8.
11.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And he's caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Texans have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Horton. A little juke. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On first down, Horton. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. To the right side and intercepted. And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
2nd down and 6 now. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Under.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to have the Texans first down. And he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
South. All right.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
No. Hey, uno.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a short gain here down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case. They work now on 2nd and 9. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. With his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Texans have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
They'll run on first down. It's Horton, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. McCarthy toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. They'll try the left side. It's Horton. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. McCarthy operating from the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after the ice is down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Here's Stroud. And he's got Smith-Njigba. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Stroud working out of the gun. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Oh, ready. Texans.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here is 3rd and 5.
Why, Tony. Look the hot. Eleven.
Stroud out of the gun here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, uno.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And you have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try to run this one in. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Important extra point up and through, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. He's back to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Back to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Set to throw. Steps away. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free.